Let me tell you a little secret. It's not that we Nordic people aren't frantic or stressed or worried about what we're gonna do with our lives. We are, but we have learned a few habits that helps us move through life a little bit differently and, if internalized, a little more slowly and softer. These practices aren't at all prescriptions, but see them as gentle invitations. They might just help make life feel a little bit lighter. First, we have the obvious one, the seasonal surrender. We have to go with the seasons because fighting the seasons, like the weather, you can't control it. You can't do anything about it. When the darkness comes, just go inside, make your home cozy, light the candles, as many as you want, drink the hot beverages and just snuggle up. Because the winter is going to come and it will last as long as it wants. And then the spring and the summer comes, and with that sometimes a more frantic and stressed energy. It's more upbeat, and either you like it or you don't, but it will be there. Now we are in April and the light is coming more and more, but then it will be dark again. And just try to savor every season for the qualities that they have. Every season has something to offer you if you just embrace it. Settling in for the seasons is accepting that life doesn't always have to be fixed, or you can't fix it even. You just have to enjoy the ride and sometimes just snuggle up with something warm. If you have ever visited Sweden, if you've ever visited Sweden or any Nordic country, well, maybe not Denmark, maybe they're good at this, but I don't think any of the other countries are. Small talk isn't our strong suit. We enjoy the silence. We don't have to talk to each other. If we're going up and down the elevator, you don't speak to each other. Even if, like when I'm with friends, the friends that I feel like are my closest friends are the ones that I can just sit in silence with. Like where the energy and the conversation ebbs and flows. There's no need for us to entertain each other. We are just enjoying each other's company. So we can go from, talking a lot and being very invested and maybe interested and curious about what we're talking about. And then we're just quiet because there is nothing more to say. Or maybe we're just internalizing. And that process don't feel stressed. There's such a gift and something that I really, really cherish a lot with the friends that I have. That we don't feel this need to entertain. When it's quiet, it's just quiet. It doesn't mean that I don't like you or that I want to be somewhere else. When I'm quiet, I'm just quiet. Silence is just that. It's silence. There's nothing more to it. And again, if you have ever visited Sweden, you know that the fika culture is like a ritual. And to me, it's also it's like a social glue, You can always propose that you're gonna go to fika. It's basically where you have some sort of pastry, maybe a kanelbulle, cinnamon bun roll, blah blah blah, cinnamon roll. And it's a social gathering that but you can do it alone too. I often do fika by myself, and it's not really just a time for coffee. It feels almost like a ritual where you're just, you're sitting down. It's a time for you to exhale and to take some time for yourself and breathe. Again, it's like this pause during the day or during your week where you have this slot of time where you enjoy just being, enjoying the coffee, enjoying the pastry, if you're with friends, enjoying the friends and just enjoying the moment. And something that I enjoy a lot to do, that is combining fika with spending time in nature. And in Sweden and in the Nordic countries in general, there is a very strong culture around friluftsliv, like going out into nature. I don't think there is even a translation for that, but friluftsliv is basically like outdoor life. Going out in nature and hiking or biking or fishing or building like a fort or something, but being outside and enjoying the nature and doing activities outside is something that is very strongly engraved in us, and something that I, as a mother, really want to pass on to my daughter as well. Nature doesn't need you to be anything else than what you are. You can just be. It doesn't need you to do anything. You can just spend time there and just be there, and it gives you peace. The next point that I'm thinking about might be more of a people living in a more rural area, because I see this resourcefulness like around YouTube in a lot of different countries as well. But in Sweden we have a saying, man tager vad man haver. It basically means just use what you have. And that's basically because, I mean, you can't drive into town to just get this one thing. If I need to build something, it's not uncommon that I just like go into my garage and see what I have and slap something together from it. Like I've built like shelves and small tables and stuff from just shit laying around in my garage. And I mean, is it as nicely made as, I don't know, if you go to like a furniture store? No, but I get the satisfaction of building something myself, and it's cheap because I already have the stuff. Usually you don't have to go and buy new things. I mean, usually you just have shit laying around your house that you can repurpose in some way. And that's even with food, for example. It's how often don't you just go to your like refrigerator and open it and be like, oh, there's nothing in here. And then there is just a lot of stuff in there. The result of what you're making may not turn out exactly in the way that you wanted it to, but it turned out differently. And as long as it serves its purpose, it's fine, isn't it? A couple of years ago, we had visitors from Stockholm, and we were out driving around, just showing them like the village and everything. And something that they said really was like, oh, maybe we do that. It was like a behavior that I hadn't thought about myself, but when we're outside and if we're driving or just taking a walk, if a car comes by or another person or whatever, we say hi. We wave. Even if we drive in the car, we wave a little bit. And then our visitors, they were like, do you know all these people? And I know we were like, no. Well, some of them, yes, but not all of them. Then why do you wave? Isn't that weird? It wasn't something that we've thought about, but we do it because it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to do, to say hi. And this sort of kindness, like, you know, saying hi, opening the door for people, just doing small acts of kindness, research have shown that this is something that helps the Nordic countries to rank high in these, in these gallops about what countries are the happiest. And there's also a lot of research supporting that if you are kind to other people, that kindness will spread. I mean, basically like a disease, but in a good way. You know, our guests, they thought a lot about this, and they were like contemplating about, well, I mean, they were like, I don't even know who lives like in the same building as I do. I don't know any of my neighbors. So I think that just, having this top of mind that, I mean, doing small random acts of kindness during your day, it doesn't cost you Usually anything, like holding the door open or letting someone go before you, or if you're standing, in line for coffee at work and there's only one cup left and you see a colleague coming, just give that person the coffee and make new coffee for you. It's fine, it doesn't cost you almost anything, but that act of kindness will then ripple effect. Soon Kurbitz and I are gonna go for a walk, aren't we? Yes? Maybe you won't adopt any of these practices, or maybe one, or maybe two. Any of them can help shift the weight of your day. And I don't think that it's about trying to carry less. We all have our luggage with us, but it's about learning to carry it differently.